it just changes so fast.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. Hope you're doing well. I was just outside. It's really hot here in the kingdom. And it's hot behind these studio lights. So excuse me for looking like a sweaty mess. But many people will know and be excited about this developing story regarding Joao Felix of Atletico Madrid and his return to Chelsea. Of course, there was loads of stuff about the Samu Amorodian deal breaking down and how that affects both the Conor Gallagher to Atletico and Julian Alvarez to Atletico deals respectively. And respectfully, they need a player to go to Chelsea, apparently. There's some talks that maybe the Samu deal is back on, but I don't think that's true in terms of reputable journalists. Apparently, there's rumours, in fact, that Chelsea tried to take 50% of his image rights, which he was really offended by, and the deal, that was them sort of moving the goalposts in terms of the contract and the deal, and it fell apart. And of course, Jorge Mendes is the agent of Neto as well as Joao Felix, and Chelsea have a relationship with him, like I explained in the previous upload today. So we are going to get into it. As always, guys, lots to get into here on the channel. I'm trying to bring it to you as quickly as possible, all the details that are out there, aggregating and presenting, as well as giving my opinion. So thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. Road to 200,000 subscribers, of course, which is incredible scenes. Hit the bell if you choose to subscribe. Cool, but we are going to jump into an article from Matthew Law of The Telegraph. Before that, I just want to shout out Cole Palmer, who's been nominated for Men's PFA Young Player of the Year. I think it's one of 6 been nominated, I believe. He should moonwalk that award. No one in the Premier League got as many goal involvements as him. He won Best Young Player of the Premier League through the Premier League Awards. He should win the PFA ones as well. We've seen it on his background. Someone took a photo of Cole's phone background. It's the Young Player of the Year PFA Award trophy. He's clearly trying to manifest it. To be honest, guys, if he doesn't win this award, it's nothing short of a ruddy travesty, if you ask me. Right, let's get into it then. So, yes, let's read this article from Matt Law, because this is freaking wild, man. Chelsea offered chances to re-sign Joao Felix after the Samu Amorodian move collapses. Felix is keen to return to Stamford Bridge, and is thought, wait for this, guys, that Chelsea could sign him for less than 40 million pounds. Less than 40 million pounds. Less than 40 million pounds. I guess 42 million euros would be slightly less than 40 million pounds. That is amazing. This kid he's under 25. He's only 24. He's yet to enter his prime, or should we say he's entering his prime. And he cost 120 million euros plus or whatever it was when he was signed by Atletico. No matter what your opinion on Joao Felix is, you have to recognize his talent, and you have to see that as an insanely good value move. Fabrizio Romano also reporting that Joao Felix has said yes. He said yes to Chelsea. He wants to come back to Chelsea. He loved it here, apparently. So let's jump into this article. Chelsea's busy transfer window has taken another twist after Samu's move was called off. I'm so pleased I don't have to trip over that name for much longer. Last minute, and the club were offered a chance to re-sign Joao Felix by Atletico Madrid. The Telegraph Sport can reveal that Felix has indicated a desire to move back to Chelsea, where he spent, of course, half a season on loan. He played under Potter and Lampard. It was a crazy time. Of course, the dressing room was extended into the hallways, and and also players like Ziyech hanging around wanting to leave. It was not the best time for Felix to demonstrate his ability and to integrate into the Chelsea team, because he couldn't really integrate into that chaos. And he still did pretty well, Felix, as well, all things considered. And a willingness to take a significant pay cut to his salary so he could fit into the club's wage structure. So, yeah, so he would be like, I don't know, a significant pay cut. It would still probably be putting him on Nkunku wages, 190k a week or something, which I imagine is probably like, I don't know, halving his, I don't know if it was half his wages, but a significant pay cut. He wants to come back to Chelsea. He loved it here. He's willing to get paid a lot less. Kind of like the reverse Lukaku. You know, he wants to go to Italy where he loves it, and he's willing to get paid a lot less. It's anticipated that Chelsea could land Felix for an initial fee under £40 million, which is just crazy. Crazy. And the terms of the deal may prove to be too favourable for them to turn down. Atletico need to sell players to help fund the signings of Conor Gallagher from Chelsea, of course, and Julian Alvarez from Man City. Yeah, this is absolutely just wild, bro. Let's read on here. Were Chelsea to complete the signing of Felix, who's been a target from Aston Villa this summer? Wild. But then again, Aston Villa, they signed Philippe Coutinho, so they've done this kind of like, you know, ex-Barcelona superstar before, haven't they? I know that was because of Steven Gerrard played with him. But still. And would be a significant question mark over the future of Raheem Sterling. And of course, this is a huge talking point. We've spoken about this. I do think Raheem would probably do okay under Maresca, but he's on mega money, and he's not like anywhere near a banker like Cole Palmer, of course. Juventus have contacted Chelsea to try and understand the conditions for a move for Raheem Sterling. The biggest obstacle, of course, would be his wages that are in excess of £300,000 per week. But there is a sense that the former England international could leave Stamford Bridge before the end of the summer transfer window shutting. Chelsea may also be forced to listen to any inquiries for Noni Madueke if Felix, who can play as a second striker on the left wing or as a number 10, re-signs and Sterling does not move. Of course, we could see Pedro Neto playing on the right a lot as well in that case as well, rather than the left. And then Joao could play on the left, I guess. A move for Felix would not impact Chelsea's desire to sign an outright striker before the window shuts. Of course, the deal had been agreed for Samu with Atletico, the player and his agent, before the move fell down at the final hurdle. There is currently no expectation it will be revived or reignited. Or renegotiated, excuse me. Reignited. Even though, is it Matteo Morea or something, that Italian journalist suggesting there could be. With Chelsea now looking at other options. Matt Law, I believe The Athletic as well, are just suggesting it's dead, it's done. The club remain interested in Victor Osimhen if he becomes available on loan, while there is an expectation that this is wild as well, while there is an expectation that other opportunities will arise in the final weeks of the window. What are these opportunities for a striker, though? You know, where are these players? Where are they? You know, what's his expectation that these strikers are going to pop up out of nowhere? Chelsea are confident that the first team squad will be a manageable size for head coach Enzo Maresca once the transfer window shuts. It's believed the club are hoping to have a first team squad of around 23 or 24 outfield players. Well, we need to lose about 20. Mental. And also 23-24, that's great. That's a really manageable squad. That's a manageable squad even with a lot of games. A lot of games being midweek European games in, of course, the Conference League and, of course, the Club World Cup annexed at the end of the Premier League domestic campaign. Lots of games, guys. So, in fact, yeah, no, I don't want to say 23 or 24 is conservative, but it's not a big squad really at all, considering the number of games. With a number of players, of course, in line to leave permanently or on loan. Back on Felix, he scored 4 goals in 20 appearances in his loan spell at Chelsea in 2023 and spent last season on loan at Barcelona, where he scored 10 times for the Catalans. Yeah, so look, we looked at the stats of Felix. Really good in like in the box, flicking tricks and dribbling and creative, and he's got audacious finishing in him. Good playing between the lines and all that kind of stuff. Look, yeah, the 4 goal, he scored 4 good goals. Out of those 20 appearances, he probably played 10 as a sub, do you know what I mean? And like little token minutes at the end. And it's really hard to judge him with those numbers with that 6 months of Chelsea. Like I said, you're playing under Graham Potter and Lampard as an interim coach. It was madness. It's way too many players. Loads of players didn't want to be there. They had nothing to play for. And they were all like checking out, essentially. So all that being said, it is... You know, it's hard to judge. Look, he's a great player, bro. He's a great player, Joao Felix. I know he divides opinion. A lot of people see him as like this kind of luxury player, which I suppose to a degree is true, but if he is going to lower his wage demands to a point where it fits into Chelsea's wage structure, and that's a pretty big ask, by the way. Like, Chelsea's wage structure is conservative, certainly by, you know, Chelsea standards of, you know, X amount of years, and Man United pay more money, Arsenal pay more money, do you know what I mean? So if he's willing to do that, that's a good sign. If you get him a permanent for under £40 million, it's just like Matt Law's written, it's too good to be turned down. Now, I'll reiterate, Chelsea have a good relationship with George Mendes, depends if you want to do the Portuguese pronunciation. And Atletico need a player out to get their rebuild under Simeone, the Simeone 2.0, has Gallagher and Alvarez as flag bearers. They're both really important. Both of them have got great industry and will affect that team massively. And to make that happen, they need to. And there is, you know, the relationship breakdown between Felix and the manager. I don't know. Like, again, it's not. If you said to me, who would you rather sign, Pedro Neto or Joao Felix? I'd say Pedro Neto. But if you say you can have both, if Sterling goes this, that, and the other, and Felix will be an amazing deal where he lowers his wages and you get him for a really small transfer fee, I'd say yes, I'll take Joao Felix as well. And just the last few days, I've been discussing how we don't have shirt sellers. How, you know, the project might work with the sporting directors, the investment in young talent. They've got a lot of hits already. We know that respectfully, you know. Cole Palmer, Gusto, Lavia looks good. Noni to a degree, Jackson. Oh, you know, good, fine. But where's your blockbuster bringing, you know, what's Joao Felix got like 13 million Instagram followers? I know it's lame and it's distasteful to talk about this kind of stuff, but there's your shirt sellers. There's your keeping Chelsea as a high profile club to allow them to actually rebuild in the footballing level in the meantime. Do you know what I mean? Ooh, mama. So I have put this out on social media. How do you feel about re-signing Joao Felix? Everyone seems to be really, really positive about it. It's hard not to get excited about it. I would never have been like, oh, this Chelsea team, we just need to re-sign Felix. I did quite like him. I understand how he'd need to work really, really hard, but how everything's coming together, he really wants to come back to Chelsea. He'll lower his wages. Atletico really happy to sell him. They'll lower his transfer fee. It's not like we've got wide attackers apart from Palmer that are really you know, Mudryk and Sterling have been disappointing. Neto's in great, and Neto's not producing insane numbers, but he just looks really effective, and you'd bank on Neto producing better numbers at Chelsea. Palmer's got their side locked down. Noni's helpful as well. Noni might go. But it's hard not to get excited about this. So let me know what you think. I'm going to be following this story all day. So as news develops, I will report it here. So if you do choose to subscribe, hit the bell. In the meantime, I'll thank you for liking the video and supporting the content. And I hope to see you back here very, very soon, mate. So take care of yourselves. Peace!